Abdullah says, is fasting of a person valid if he only prays on and off? Now, the question is important. What I don't like in this question is that I receive a lot of similar questions of people going out of their way to label and render others as kaafir. Just this morning, a brother sent a question saying that my father only prays Fridays and he prays in Ramadan on and off. And I told my mother that her marriage to him is invalid, but she refuses to leave him or to seek divorce. What do you advise? What do you advise? So I told the brother, why are you so anxious to jump the gun and label your father as a kaafir? People ask similar questions. If my father were to die, do I have to wash him, shroud him, pray funeral prayer, and bury him with the Muslims? Or should I just leave him like any kafir and let him rot? A'udhu billah. What kind of mentality these people have? And the funny thing is, if the father is wealthy, they would recommend the mother to separate from him because he doesn't pray, he's a kafir. They recommend that he's not washed or prayed upon or buried with the Muslims because he's a kafir. But when it comes to inheritance, don't forget my share. Do not forget my share. You know that you cannot inherit a disbeliever or a kafir. Yet when you want, you take him out of the fold of Islam, and when you do not want, you take your share of the inheritance. This is wrong. Coming back to the question of Abdullah, technically speaking, a person who does not pray is not a Muslim. Now, practically speaking, you cannot implement this rule, this theory, on a specific individual until the conditions are fulfilled and the obstacles are gone. So yes, Sheikh, but he doesn't pray. And you said that whoever does not pray at all, not a single prayer, is a kafir. Yes, this is true. However, you cannot put this on that specific individual. You're not with him 24/7. You don't see him every single second of the day. He might pray when you enter the toilet. He might pray when you go to the masjid and pray. He might pray at his home and he tells you he doesn't pray. So, pardon me, to jump to conclusions and to claim that a person is a kafir just out of the blue, this is not permissible. If a person prays on and off, he's a Muslim. He's in great danger. He's committing a major sin. And some scholars said that by abandoning one prayer until the time runs out, this takes a person out of the fold of Islam, but this is not authentic. This is an opinion of scholars. The most authentic opinion is that if a person prays on and off, he is committing a major sin, he's in great danger, but he is still a Muslim. Therefore, why discourage people, sinful people, from fasting? Why do you come to them and say, listen, akhi, you pray once a day, you should not fast? Fasting draws them closer to Allah. Even if they're sinful, even if they're committing a major sin, you should not deter them from worshiping Allah. You never know. Maybe by doing this, by fasting, they get closer to Allah Azza wa Jal and to start praying and observing their prayer on time.